And welcome back to another video. If you are new here, welcome. And if you're a returning viewer or a listener, welcome back and thank you for joining me today. So here today, I'm going to talk about the full moon in Leo happening on the 12th of February at 24 degrees of Leo. A full moon occurs when the sun and the moon are in the opposing signs. The moon is fully illuminated in the sky, and this is here when our emotions are heightened and so are our feelings. Now, if you have any placement at around 24 degrees of Leo, give or take 3 degrees, then you will be under a greater influence of this full moon. But also have a look at any placements in Aquarius, Taurus, or Scorpio. These are the remaining fixed signs. Now, if your birthday falls at on the 12th of February, then this coming year will be really important because you will be, first of all, breaking away from the outlived patterns, themes, anything that fulfilled its purpose overall. So you'll be shifting away from the old as you realign yourself with your purpose, with the direction you're supposed to be heading. And at the same time, you will be closing some chapters as well, just as per the energy of the full moon happening on our birthday. Now, the full moon in Leo brings a culmination overall of themes related to recognition, self-expression, but also personal power. Now, Leo is a fixed fire sign, and the moon in a fixed fire sign can indicate strong emotions, but also stubborn energy and resistance to change as per that fixed energy of Leo. Now, full moons bring culmination, clarity, release, and with Uranus in a hard aspect to this full moon, surprising events, breakthroughs, revelations may also surface around this time. Now, sudden shifts might be unsettling at first, but they can also bring new opportunities, so keep this in mind. Now, here during this time, many of us may experience sudden realizations as well about self-worth, or a sense of identity, or perhaps some creative projects you've been working on, especially if you have been resisting change. Now, this aspect may also bring unexpected disruptions in relationships, work, finances, especially in matters where security and self-expression are at odds. Now, Leo craves personal validation while Taurus seeks stability, and here Uranus disrupts this balance, pushing us to step outside of our comfort zone. Many of us will experience a strong need to break free from old patterns related to relationships, financial security, self-expression. If you've been clinging to outdated ways of being seen or appreciated, then this full moon will force you, stimulate you to evolve. So be mindful of acting out of rebellion rather than true alignment, because change is necessary, but impulsive choices can lead to unnecessary disruptions. Uranus wants us to evolve, not cling to old versions of ourselves. Now, if you are an artist, entrepreneur, or perhaps a leader, this energy can bring a spark or perhaps creative insights or radical new ideas. It's an excellent time overall to experiment with bold, unconventional, unique, original, eccentric even projects. We just need to be prepared for unpredictable results with these dynamics. Now, at the same time, with whenever Uranus is activated, very often here, especially in the sign of Taurus, very often we see also natural disasters taking place around the globe. So very often I've seen in the last few years, especially, that Uranus in Taurus, whenever especially activated during a full moon, indicates major earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, tornadoes as well. All right, so let's have a look what this full moon will bring and mean for us collectively. I'll look at each rising sign. You can also watch it for your moon sign or your sun sign if you wish, just to get a bigger picture and a wider perspective upon your life. So thank you very much, and let's begin. Hello, Aries, and welcome to your horoscope for the upcoming full moon in Leo, activating your fifth house of creativity, romance, self-expression. And this full moon overall brings a culmination or perhaps a turning point in areas connected to your interests, your passions, your hobbies, your artistic projects, love affairs, the fun side of your life. So you might feel this really strong desire to express yourself in a bold way. You might have this strong need to take risks, for example, to fully embrace your unique talents. Now, this is a time when matters connected to romance, love, but also personal projects, or maybe even your children, if relevant, may come into focus. Now, this full moon also forms a tense square, as I discussed earlier, with Uranus and Taurus in your second house of finances, values, self-worth. This energy creates a clash between your need for pleasure, fun, entertainment, romance, and your financial obligations or perhaps material stability. So you might experience some sudden or perhaps unexpected shifts in how you invest your time, money, or energy into the creative side of your life, into the romantic relationships, or self indulgence. Uranus in your second house pushes you to re-evaluate what you truly value and how you define security. So overall, this full moon may also help you to reveal where you've been holding on to outdated beliefs about pleasure, risk-taking, and abundance. So here, while surprises in finances or self-worth may feel destabilizing at this time, they ultimately guide you, stimulate you toward a more authentic and fulfilling way of expressing yourself. So this is a time overall to find a balance between your need for passion, creativity, romance, and financial responsibility. So here, embrace change, but also be mindful of any impulsive decisions that could affect your long-term stability in your life. All right, so let's have a look at Taurus now. Thank you very much, Aries. Now, Taurus, this full moon in Leo activates your fourth house of home, family, and emotional foundations. And this full moon, this energy brings some deep personal revelations, realizations, and shifts in your private part of your life. And this could manifest as changes in your home environment, family dynamics, or perhaps some emotional breakthrough regarding your sense of emotional security in your life. You might feel a very strong need to make the necessary adjustments to your domestic living situation. Maybe this is about reconnecting with your roots or breaking free from some emotional patterns that no longer resonate or no longer serve you. So you might experience a strong need to move, renovate, redefine your living situation during this time. However, this full moon forms a tense square to Uranus in Taurus in your first house of identity, self-expression. So you might experience this internal push and pull between who you are becoming and where you come from. So here with this energy, you might also feel an urge to break free from familiar expectations, traditions, or perhaps some emotional patterns that feel limiting, restrictive. And since Uranus in your first house demands personal authenticity and freedom, independence, this aspect can also urge you to embrace change, even if it feels disruptive at first and uncomfortable. Now, the full moon in Leo also highlights what needs to be released emotionally speaking, while Uranus in your first house will push you toward a more liberated, true to self version of your identity, version of yourself. So you're finding a balance between emotional security and personal growth will be really important during this time. And here, rather than resisting change, try to trust that the disruptions that are happening around this time are here to help you to reach more fulfillment, more happiness in your life. Thank you very much. Now let's have a look at Geminis. Thank you, Taurus. Geminis, this full moon activates your third house of communication, learning, daily life interactions. And this brings some revelations, breakthroughs, or perhaps heightened emotions related to how you express yourself, how you process information, how you engage with your immediate environment, with people from your community. And here, this full moon may also highlight some important conversations, or perhaps it could be about some sudden realizations or shifts in your mindset that push you to see things from a very different light, from a new perspective. So you could receive some unexpected news during this time, or perhaps it could be about finalizing a project, or perhaps you might experience a turning point in your relationship with your siblings, with your neighbors, perhaps with some people from your community. However, this full moon forms a tense square with Uranus in Taurus in your area of the 12th house, that subconscious hidden area of your life. And this creates an underlying sense of unpredictability, perhaps some hidden disruptions as well. Now, the 12th house is connected to our subconscious, to secrets, to unseen forces. And this suggests that some unexpected insights or perhaps subconscious fears may surface around this time. And this may shake up your usual way of thinking. And you might experience some sudden intuitive flashes or disrupted sleep, or perhaps a feeling of mental restlessness without fully understanding why. So Uranus activated in your 12th house could also stir up inner restlessness, and it might be difficult to focus or perhaps to articulate your thoughts clearly at this time. So pay attention to your dreams, to your intuition, to your gut feelings, or perhaps moments of sudden inspiration, as they may hold a deeper meaning. So this is really important. And here, this full moon may challenge you to bridge the gap between logic and intuition. So here, the key will be to balance your rational thoughts with your intuition, with your gut feeling. So be mindful of any impulsive reactions, as the urge to speak or act suddenly could lead to some unexpected consequences. So instead, try to use this energy for creative thinking, or perhaps healing, journaling, meditation. Thank you very much, Geminis. Now, Cancers, this full moon illuminates your second house. So here your financial area is highlighted, the area of values, self-worth as well. And this full moon brings attention to matters related overall to money, financial security, stability, possessions, overall your personal sense of security. And this full moon may also trigger some financial revelations. Perhaps this could be about changes in income situation, your income situation, or some shifts in how you perceive your material and emotional stability. So you might find yourself reassessing what truly matters to you, both in terms of material wealth and also personal values. This full moon is also in a very tense square to Uranus in Taurus, in your 11th house of friendships groups you belong to. And this generally brings an element of unpredictability to the energy of this full moon, possible disruption within your social circles, long-term goals, dreams, hopes for the future. Now, the 11th house is connected to your friendships, your network, and future goals and objectives. During this time, you might experience sudden changes in group dynamics, or perhaps some unexpected shifts in your friendship circle, or some financial tensions related to social or professional networking communities that could arise at this time as well. Since Uranus is activated at this time, disruptions that occur around this time might feel erratic or unexpected, but they also may hold the potential for major breakthrough. So you might actually have some really strong realizations coming up out of the blue about your financial independence, about your self-esteem, long-term goals, for example, that will push you to make some bold changes. Now, this full moon overall challenges you to find stability during the times of uncertainty. So it's about balancing your material needs, desires with your future goals, aspirations, while also embracing the shifts that may emerge around this time. Generally, this is an opportunity for a greater financial and personal stability, authenticity, fulfillment in your life. Thank you very much. Now, Leos, welcome. This full moon is an important full moon for you, of course. It's happening in your first house. So here, this is a time of some really strong emotional culmination, self-expression, recognition. This lunation also carries an element of unpredictable energy, disruptive energy even, because of that Uranus activation, especially in areas connected to your career, public image, long-term goals, hopes, ambitions. Uranus is activated in your 10th house. So here, since Leo rules creativity, visibility, this full moon could bring some unexpected shifts in how you are perceived professionally. So here, a sudden career breakthrough or a sudden change in management or an unforeseen event in your professional life may challenge your sense of stability and security in your life. Now, Uranus in Taurus demands innovation, freedom, and also breaking free from any old, outdated structures. So you might feel an inner tension between staying in your comfort zone, in your familiar comfort zone, and taking a bold leap forward. So this is in a way a time to remain flexible and open to change while also embracing your authentic self in professional, worldly speaking matters. Now, if something feels unstable at this time, ask yourself, is this pushing me toward greater alignment with my true purpose? All right, thank you very much, Leos. Now, Virgos. Virgos, welcome. Now, this full moon activates your 12th house. The energies of the 12th house are connected to introspection, withdrawal, solitude at times, the subconscious. So here, this energy brings some deep emotions, highlights the hidden aspect of your life, the spiritual energy as well, spirituality. Now, this lunation may feel intense because it activates a part of your life that is often concealed or perhaps difficult to understand. During this time, your dreams might be very vivid, your emotions might be very high, but at the same time, you might have this really strong need for withdrawal to process your thoughts, emotions as well. So the 12th house is also linked to endings, healing, spiritual reflection. And this is an amazing opportunity for closure, for releasing, letting go of any outdated, limiting beliefs, subconscious fears. However, this full moon also forms a tense alignment with Uranus in Taurus in your 9th house, and this can create a certain degree of tension between your inner world and your external search for a greater meaning in life, your purpose, adventure, higher knowledge. Now, the 9th house is connected to our belief system, travel, higher education, your life principles, your life philosophy. So, unexpected shifts in these areas may disrupt your inner sense of peace. And here with Uranus in the mix, you can expect the unexpected. And this could also mean some major shifts that you might be implementing in your belief system, your life principles, urging you to break away, break free from any restrictive ideologies. Here, while this full moon and the square to Uranus can feel slightly unsettling, it ultimately pushes you towards much greater freedom. It can help you to release or free yourself from any fears, phobias, limiting beliefs. And it can help you to embrace a more authentic path, direction moving forward. This is also about balancing the need for withdrawal, the need for solitude, with the need for discovery, with the need to embrace the disruptions in your life that can lead to a much deeper understanding of yourself, but also of the world around you. Thank you very much, Virgos. Now let's have a look at Libras. Libras, welcome. This full moon illuminates your 11th house of friendships, community, long-term goals, dreams, hopes, and aspirations. So this can bring clarity or perhaps a culmination connected to any matters related to your social circle, to your friendships, personal goals as well. And generally, this lunation may also highlight your need for recognition, validation within your network, within your social circle. It could also mark a really important turning point in your friendships and in any group projects, activities, future goals. Now, if certain friendships or group connections have been unstable or unfulfilling, then this full moon may push you to reassess their role in your life. However, this full moon also forms a tense connection with Uranus and Taurus in your eighth house of transformation and regeneration. And this can bring some unexpected disruptions, especially in matters connected to intimacy and deep emotions, shared resources as well, or perhaps financial entanglements. Now, the eighth house is connected to transformation. The eighth house is connected also to psychological depth, joint finances. So generally, the Uranian influence can trigger your sense of security and trust within your social and professional circles. Now, with Uranus also in the eighth house, this full moon may overall push you to confront deeper emotional fears here. This energy can really help you to break away from any limiting attachments, especially those that have been holding you back. So whether this is an unexpected social shift, some financial news, or sudden transformation in your social circle, this full moon and stimulates you or encourages you to embrace change. And generally, this is about realigning with your goals, with a greater sense of personal freedom and empowerment. This full moon wants you to ensure that the people in your goals you align with truly reflect your inner self, your emotional needs as well. So you might have some really strong realizations around this time about the people that you allow in your life, but also about the matters related to your vision for the future. All right, so thank you very much, Libras. Now, Scorpius, welcome. This full moon highlights your 10th house, so career, reputation, public image, your worldly achievements. This makes your emotions run high, especially around matters related to your goals, to your achievements, to your professional life. And this is a time of culmination as per the energy of the full moon. Something in your career, public role, public life may come to a light, whether this is a recognition for your hard work, for your efforts, a major turning point, or perhaps a sudden shift in direction. However, this full moon also forms a tense energy square connection with Uranus and Taurus in your seventh house of relationships, partnerships. So some unexpected disruptions in your partnerships, and this is connected to both personal and professional, could create instability at this time. Now, the way this could manifest as some unpredictable behavior from your partner or your business partner, or perhaps a client that will either force you to change your schedule, change your direction. It could also mean an end to a partnership, an end to a collaboration, for example. Now, since Uranus is known for bringing unexpected changes, major breakthroughs, disruptions, this energy will also urge you or encourage you, stimulate you to stay flexible, but also stay open to new possibilities. If things don't work out with one person, doesn't mean that you can't carry on and create something even better with someone else. Or this energy ultimately wants you to break free from any limiting structures. Career, in your relationships, in your outside world, this is about aligning with what feels most authentic. Thank you very much, Scorpius. Now, Sagittarius, welcome. Full moon shines a light in your ninth house of higher learning, travel, beliefs, expansion. This marks a culmination or realization in areas related to anything to do with education, anything to do with personal growth, personal development, legal matters. So you might have this really strong urge during this time to break free from any limiting beliefs, limiting perspectives. This is about exploring new philosophies, cultures, long-term aspirations. This is also a time when you might receive some important news regarding legal matters, regarding perhaps educational matters or travel plans. Now, this full moon forms a tense square with Uranus in Taurus in your sixth house of work, daily routine, health matters as well. And this can create a certain degree of tension between your desire for exploration, for personal growth and development, and the unpredictability of your daily life. So some unexpected disruptions, shifts in your work or perhaps work habits or physical well being could interfere with your ability to fully pursue the opportunities this full moon will present. Now, this full moon may also challenge you to find a healthy balance between your long term goals, long term aspirations, and your daily tasks, daily work, chores, responsibilities. So, here, flexibility overall is key because by embracing change while also maintaining a sense of structure, this will really help you to navigate this dynamic energy of the full moon. All right, so thank you very much, Sagittarius. Now, Capricorns, welcome. This full moon highlights your eighth house. So here, shared resources, transformation, intimacy, psychological depths as well. This full moon brings emotional intensity and revelations related to finances, deep emotional bonds, personal growth as well. Now, this illumination may also illuminate hidden matters concerning debts, investments, joint financial agreements, for example. And overall, this energy will prompt you to confront what needs to be released or transformed. Now, on a psychological level, this full moon may also stir up some powerful emotions, pushing you to confront fears or perhaps attachments that no longer resonate, that no longer serve you. However, we also have a tension here. We've got a square to Uranus in Taurus in your fifth house of romance, creativity, self-expression. This energy introduces some or brings some unexpected disruptions in areas related to pleasure, love affairs, personal projects. I can hear with Uranus in your fifth house. This energy being activated can bring some sudden shifts in the romantic side of your life, the creative side of your life, but also it could bring up some issues related to your children, if relevant. There might be also a clash that you might experience between your emotional depth and desire for control and the need for greater freedom and spontaneity in love affairs, in the creative side of life, or leisure, for example. This full moon overall challenges you to navigate the tension between deep emotions, transformation as per that eighth house energy, and personal fun and joy and fun, pleasure, creative freedom. Here, try to be mindful of any impulsive decisions, especially in the romantic side of your life, in the financial sector, in the creative side of your life as well. Because here, Uranus influence can bring both breakthroughs, but also instability. It's about being flexible, but also staying present while you navigate these dynamic energy. Thank you very much. Now, Aquarius, welcome. This full moon activates your seventh house of partnerships, relationships, one-to-one connections overall. And this full moon overall brings clarity, emotional insights. This could be a turning point in your personal, perhaps professional relationships. And overall, this full moon could mark a defining moment in your romantic relationship, in your business partnerships, for example, work relationships, where issues generally of recognition, authenticity, or perhaps emotional fulfillment will come to the surface. So here you might be seeking more attention or more validation in your relationships at this time, or conversely, your partner might be expressing their own needs more assertively at this time. However, we also have a square to Uranus in Taurus in your fourth house of home and family matters and emotional security and safety. And this energy generally brings an element of unpredictability. What this means is that tensions may arise between your personal life and your relationships. So perhaps some unexpected disruptions, situations in your home or family area of your life could create a certain degree of instability in your partnership. So you might feel pulled between your commitments to others and your need for personal freedom or perhaps emotional security. Overall, here this full moon challenges you to find a balance, equilibrium between commitment in your relationships, but also your emotional security at your home. Uranus influence symbolizes that change is needed, and resisting it may lead to further instability. So here, try to stay flexible. I know it's easier said than done, but here, open communication in your relationships, connections, partnerships will help you to maintain that emotional stability in your relationships. So thank you very much, Aquarius. Now, Pisces. Pisces, welcome. This full moon activates your sixth house of work, daily routines, health, and daily chores, responsibility. So here, this energy brings matters connected to your job habits, work habits, overall well-being to the surface. And this is a time of major breakthroughs, shifts, or perhaps some sudden realizations that you might have about how you manage your day-to-day life. You might have this really strong urge to break free from any limiting routines, habits, and you might have this really strong need for personal fulfillment in your work. Or perhaps you might pay more attention to your health, especially some health concerns that you have overlooked in the past or didn't pay enough attention to. Now, this full moon forms a tense connection with Uranus in Taurus. Uranus is activated in your area of communication, mindset, your immediate environment. Energy brings an element of instability and predictability. So the way it could manifest is it could manifest as some sudden news, disruptions in your daily schedule, or perhaps some unexpected conversations, meetings, messages, news that could shake up your routines and perhaps force you to adapt quickly. So you might also experience mental restlessness during this time, difficulty concentrating, or perhaps this could be connected to some unexpected challenges related to coworkers, or perhaps your siblings or neighbors, as per that third house influence. So this full moon overall challenges you to find a healthy balance between structure and flexibility in your daily life. So here, while you may crave routine and stability, Uranus influence suggests that embracing change and thinking outside the box will really, really help you to navigate this phase, this full moon, this period overall more smoothly. So this is all about staying adaptable. It's about here you need to prioritize self-care and be open to possible unexpected shifts that could lead to long-term improvements in your well-being, in your daily life. So you need to look at the bigger picture here with this full moon. What positive changes you can implement to make your daily life an easier, more productive experience overall. So thank you very much, Pisces, and all the best.